Hello, I am the Hillbilly Deluxe, and we are out at Lebanon Regional Park in Eagan, Minnesota on the mountain bike trail side today. I'm doing a little bit of snowshoeing and basically just going for a romp in the woods. I got a new stove, the Swank Fly Black Cat stove, to try out. It's from what I gather, it's basically, I mean, it's just your wicking cat can stove type deal. But one of the reasons I'm out here today is we just got, you know, anywhere from between 4 to 6 inches. I'm not sure exactly what we got out here. But one thing that at Lebanon we have at these mountain bike trails is we snowshoers come out and we pack down the actual mountain bike trails for the surly fat bikes, you know, all the fat bikes that come riding through here. I'm not currently on one of the mountain bike trails. I'm on like, I don't know, maybe this is one of the cross-country ski trails, but it's where I felt like going first. But yeah, I'm gonna be tromping around here and having a little bit of fun snowshoeing out here, enjoying these woods all by my lonesome in the woods. I only saw like one other car here, a couple with a couple of kids, so I get the whole place to myself for the most part. So let's tromp through beautiful woods. Come on, let's go. We must run. We must run. No, we are going to take it. We are going to take it nice and calmly and have a wonderful day. I brought my hammock, and like I said, I brought the new stove to play with and some coffee. So we will be putting that up. And yeah, it's a nice day. Nice day. Man, it is pretty out here. Look at this business. Look at this business. Man, what a gorgeous day to be out in the woods. Can't argue with this. There's just a few flurries making it through the trees. Everything's covered in at least a foot of snow. But if you go off the trail here, you got about 3 feet or so, 2 feet, something like that. Not quite like Finland, Minnesota, with that ridiculous 5 feet of sugar, but I mean, still really pretty down here. I don't even know if I'm still on a trail or not. I'm just walking. I'm in some kind of trail. There is footsteps down here, but not for much. All right, pack down a little area underneath where I'm gonna lay my hammock. This green bag is the D.I.Y tree straps. It's just 1-inch nylon webbing or polyester webbing or something. And then a couple of aluminum toggles for the Marlin spike hitch. But anyway, I don't know how long these are. There's something like maybe 6 feet, 6 feet? Something like 6 feet. Out here it works, I mean, on just about any tree I've come across. If I got a much bigger circumference than 6 feet, well, I wonder where the heck I am, because those are some big trees. I was having a derpy Marlin spike hitch moment. I I got my tree straps up with my one wooden toggle, but that will hold because you're not actually on the toggle anyway. How does Shug say it? On the knot, not the toggle. Anyway, this is a DIY bishop bag that I made. It's actually the first time I get to use it. Test. Beautiful. I need to tighten my ridge line. Oh well, not today. Well, I think it's time to get rid of these bad boys. These are those Yukon Charlie snowshoes that I mentioned before. Super cheap. But they're still doing the job. Whew. Still sinking in a bit. Let us investigate the contents of my cook kit here. Again, this is another stuff sack that I made. It was actually, if you guys come across like, you know, your old snow pants and stuff, and they're ragged, you're gonna throw them away. Don't throw them away necessarily. Cut off as much of that material as you can. It's the inside stuff a lot of times is super lightweight. You know, the outside stuff can be waterproof. So this was made out of the inside lining of some snow pants. Perfectly good cook kit stuff sack. I'm telling you all of my secrets here. But anyway, consists of the pot cozy, Ayamusa. Everybody knows the handy Hillbilly stove. I've got a Walmart deal in here right now of my little Walmart pot. Super cheap. It was the first one I bought because I couldn't find an Ayamusa, and I like the Ayamusa better. It's lighter than this one, but this one's good for if you don't mind getting schmutz all over something, you know, cooking it over a campfire. I like that one for that. Otherwise, in this case, it's going to work for, it's going to sit as a base for underneath my stove. Let's see, what else do I have in here? I have my windscreen. And all this stuff collapses in on itself just by chance. So then, this is a lid for the Walmart cup. And then I have my GSI mug. I like this mug for my coffee. Keeps me from burning my hands and my lips. And then this is my new stove. Just got this from a member on Hammock forums. A lady gave me this, but I cannot remember her Hammock forums name, so I'm sorry, whoever you are. If you see this video, thank you for a Swank Fly stove, black cat stove. It's pretty awesome. It's got some wicking material right around this area here, you know, all the way around. And then this is like a pot stand. Yeah, and it's got like a heat, you know, that heat spray paint stuff, that spray paint that you can use on like your charcoal grills and such. Anyway, that was sprayed around the rim of this, but it looks pretty cool. I like it. And nice thing is, no priming for a stove like this. So yeah, we're gonna get on this. I'm making some coffee after I get organized. All right, we are going to use Snowshoe as table, and then we're gonna find it. There we go. That'll be perfect. So we do that. Pour a little in. That should be it. And then put a little, if you can, just a little bit in a couple of spots around the wicking area, just to help it out a little bit. You don't want to scorch the crap out of your wick if you can help it. So if you can help it draw up that alcohol a little bit faster, that'd be great. Okay, now I must find a lighter. Man, oh wait, you don't even have to light it there. What am I doing? You light it here. Well, they did a test on which fuels or which fuel works the absolute best. It wasn't a cold weather test or anything like that. It was a you know, indoor test. But they did it with denatured alcohol. They did it with some sort of camp stove fuel. They did it with, oh, what was the other stuff? Denatured alcohol, heat, obviously, red bottle and yellow bottle. And then you know, it's just basically your alcohol fuels like that. And heat in the yellow bottle actually came out on top of all the tests. They were very thorough in the test, and the heat in the yellow bottle came out on top as far as cheap, you know, and fastest and most economical. Heat was on top. It wasn't the cheapest, but it was definitely faster. And then if you feel like figuring out what the correlation between speed to cheap was, basically heat comes out on top. But yeah, so I use heat in the yellow bottle, frankly, because it's easy to get. You can get it at a gas station or Walmart or anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere special to get it. Like I said, it's cheap, it works well, it doesn't leave schmutz all over your pot, which I like. So yeah, that's what I use. But anyway, we're cooking. I don't know if you can see flame, but there is flame there. I'm going to relax for a little bit, and I will come back to you in a moment. Okay, so I am asking for honest opinions on the new hat. How do you like it? Yep, that's 100% cashmere right there. Yeah, Land's End, baby. You know, I actually looked at the tag. It said cashmere, and then it also says 100% polyester. So I don't know if cashmere is just really fancy polyester. But anyway, $3 at Goodwill. Gotta love it. But how do you think? I need something to cover up this bald noggin of mine. So I figured I'd try something a little different than what I normally run around with, which is, now I need to fix it. Yeah, so I figured I needed something to cover up that bald head of mine. What do you think? Give you blue steel. Good capitalist hat. I feel like I should be in the 1950s or something. Anyway, yeah, I've got the boiling water. Woof, that's hot. So the coffee I generally use is this Taster's Choice Cafe Singles. Nescafe, or whatever the heck it's called. 100% Colombian. And I'm kind of a lunatic in my coffee. Like, I like black coffee with 2 shots of espresso. But since I can't have the espresso, I take 2, possibly 3 of these. And put them in cup. Now I don't have to, this water that I'm using is clean water from my sink, but I boil it anyway, and the only reason I boil it is so it stays hot for a longer amount of time. I obviously don't have to boil it, but like I said, it stays hot longer in these cold winter woods up here in Minnesota. Now I'm only using a cup that big, but like I said, I like really strong coffee, and it's hard to get that with any kind of single, you know, like instant coffee. So I use 2 or 3 of these things. I got my pot grabber. I like the pot grabber. I got this at Hoygaard's. I don't know if you guys have any of those where you guys are from, but we've got one here. It's owned by Aspen, the Aspen Ski Resort, but they have them all over the place. This is a lid that I'm in the process of making. I need to drill a hole in it and put a handle on the thing. But I've got some wickedly boiling coffee here. Perfect. Now we're going to take this, put it back on there. We're putting it back on there to basically dry it off. Then in the winter time, use Lexan spoon. Don't get caught with a metal spoon. You don't want the thing stuck to your tongue. Yeah. That's mud. Just like I like it. That's hillbilly coffee. But now we can set that in there, and that'll stay warm for a good long time in this mug. This GSI Outdoors mug does a heck of a good job with this lining out here. What the heck is it called? Yeah, you guys know what it's called. Anyway, use a Lexan spoon. Get a mug like this for the winter time. It's awesome. You can still feel the warmth to warm your hands up, but it keeps it warm for a good long time. So windscreen goes in, then Walmart mug goes in inside of there. Then whichever stove I'm using, I have this stove here, my Swankfly Black Cat stove, and then I also have a Rantec, the Rantec 24 alcohol stove. He sent me this after I blew myself up with a wicking idea that I was trying to come up with like this, but it didn't work. But anyway, he sent me this. What a nice guy, Mr. Rantec. Again, thank you for the stove. It works very good, but it will be more of a spring, summer, fall stove. It has a hard time staying bloomed out in the winter time. So yeah, that stove, it's just your beer can or beer bottle, you know, your aluminum beer bottle, rolled stove, but it works really awesome. I like it. I think it looks pretty too. When it's all bloomed out, it's like a flower, like pretty lotus flower. Anyway, stove goes in there. Don't litter. Then the pot cozy. I cut a little slit for the handle. What I do is, you know, I lose everything, I swear to you. Oh, this right there, that's a lid for my Imusa mug that I'm working on. There's another lid in there that I showed you already for the, so that goes like that. And then this GSI mug fits inside of that Walmart mug too, which is quite convenient. So everything gets put in its place, then stuck in the stuff sack to hold it all together. Kick the snow off the feet. But now we use Snowshoe as footrest to keep your feet up off the snow. Anyway, that is still hot, wicked hot, but very good. So this is the North Dome, the REI North Dome bag that I came across. I got this bag for $8 at not at REI. I got this bag for $8 at a thrift store by my house. One thing I wanted to mention, when you guys are out looking for gear and stuff, before you go running off to REI and Cabela's and all that stuff, unless you live in my area, because I don't want you taking all the stuff that I find, hit up your Goodwills and stuff like that, your thrift stores. You never know what you're gonna find. Like I said, I got this REI North Dome bag. It's a 25 liter or 30 liter or something like that for $8. I got a Mountain Smith 70 liter bag for $16. I've got brand new waterproof Columbia hiking boots on that I paid $8 for. My daughter has a pair of brand new Keen hiking shoes that I paid $3 for. You know, if you take a little time to have a little patience, you might find some good stuff without having to go very far. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Go to your richer neighborhoods. That always helps. It's a hillbilly way of getting their hiking gear. Man, you gotta give it up to Mother Nature on this one. I'm not one of those guys that's all, the earth is your mother and everything, but humans can't do this. We can't make anything this pretty. It's not possible. We're gonna show you where we're at here. This is the map of the place. Right there is where we are. We started out all the way over here. This place has about 10 miles, 11 miles of mountain bike track, but it's a good distance. I'm not sure exactly what the mileage is for this place, but we started here. We've been out here for a couple hours now. We basically walked all the way around down here to here. We stopped right in this area here is where we stopped and had coffee and set up the hammock and stuff. So we're here. We need to make it all the way back up here. We're gonna go all the way around. So let's get on that, huh? I'm down. I am down like a clown. We've got a four-way here. You can go all different directions. Man, I can't wait till summertime so I can mountain bike this place again. It is wild. Aside from like maybe Cuyuna up in the Iron Range, Minnesota, mountain biking, Lebanon Hills and Egan here is where it's at. It's the place. Cuyuna up in the Iron Range up there by Ironton and I think Bemidji or Brainerd or something like that, I can't remember. Anyway, up by Ironton, Minnesota. Cuyuna is a way cool place too. They've got, I mean, that's some pretty hardcore riding up there. But if you want some really nice groomed trails in the cities, hit Lebanon. It's a nice place. Piney Woods. I'm not really big on the whole, you know, camping where you're not supposed to camp sort of deal. Like it's a hassle that I don't really like dealing with, you know, in case a DNR or park ranger or somebody decides to pop in, it's fines and everything else. You know, I'm a guy that takes care of the woods. You know, I'll be one of the first people you'll never know was there. But that being said, if I was to do any stealth camping, you're not really, they have a designated campsite here in Lebanon Hills, but it's like a camper pull-up place, and it's just really, you know, modern and modern toilets and showers and everything else, and I'm not into that. But I have been looking for a place other than the Minnesota river bottoms, which can be kind of a dicey place to go. I've been trying to find a place that I could basically just camp for a night, do an overnighter, you know, kind of gear tests and stuff like that out here in the cities. If I was to do that, this might be the place to do it. The big pine sprawl here, really big. I know this place from mountain biking through. It's one of the areas that the mountain bike trail goes through. And I mean, it's so awesome. Perfect. It's like hammock hanging spots everywhere. And not to mention, like I said, it's a pine. So you got pine boughs up top that basically create a giant canopy, gives you really good coverage. It's just a cool spot. Might have to do a secret camp. We are one or two nights here for summertime. Summertime you can't do it. It's just there's too much activity. But as far as you know, maybe sneaking out here in the wintertime here, I might have to do that in the next week or so. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I would like to be hammock hanging in these piney woods is what I would like to be doing. I hope you know this. I bet I know this because I do know this. So back to walking. Well, at least you won't get lost on these trails. I'm hearing snowmobile. There is not supposed to be snowmobiles back here. I am wondering if it is DNR. But there is really not supposed to be snowmobiles back here. Here they come. There is only one. I just saw them off that way. They could get in big trouble. Not a bright idea. Anyway, we're gonna keep on walking. Alright, we're back at the car. That was about... I pretty much went the circumference of the entire place for the most part. It was about... I don't know, 3 hours, 3-hour walk or so. Not bad, pretty nice. I took my time, obviously. Probably say half an hour of that was sitting around at the camps, at that little camp spot I made up to make some coffee. But gorgeous. Figured out what the snowmobiler is doing. He's running on the mountain bike track to help pack it down some for the fat bikers. So I know you guys are like, fat bikers. Alright, let me get on my bike. No, it has to do with the size of the tires. They're extra fat to float on top of the snow. Pretty cool stuff. Check it out. Anyway, yeah, so I'm all done. I'm gonna go home and have a pot of really good coffee, some sort of chocolate item, I'm not sure what, and a good cuddle with my wife, Miss Girl at home. You guys know Viney Girl. Y'all saw her at the Frozen Butt Hang. Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Come along, subscribe, ask questions. If you got a question, ask it, because I'll do my best to answer it. And besides, I just like talking to people. So, yeah, anything else, leave a comment, subscribe, share the video, like it, do something with it. Do something with the video.